Today on Supra, we are going to actually try to mock up the exhaust today. So all we need to do is make one downpipe that stretches from this, or not a downpipe, sorry, a mid-pipe that stretches from the bottom of this downpipe, which literally ends right there where my finger is, and goes until right about here, maybe up here, where the catback part started from the old exhaust. So what we're going to use to make it, or to fab it up, because I don't have the actual pipe yet, we're going to use PVC pipe. So the cool part about this is that for me, I'm lucky and I have PVC pipe sitting around. If you don't, it's cheaper than actual exhaust pipe. And if you don't know what you're doing, instead of having to buy bulk exhaust kits, which can run you $100 to $200, I'm just going to fab up the exhaust with this, so I know what I need, because I'm gonna have to do a lot of cuts because I have a bunch of different parts sitting together, and then I'm going to make the exhaust. So first off, let me show you all the parts that are going to need to be put on the exhaust. So we start with one of these flange connections, and then we have our flex pipe, our resonator, our exhaust cutout, and then our little flange connection on the back, 2-bolt connection that'll bolt up to the rest of the catback system, because this obviously bolted up to a cat. So that's where we'll start from there. Here's what I'm thinking. So to start off, to make things a little easier, I think I'm going to try and bolt the resonator straight up to the exhaust cutout. The reason why I'm doing the resonator in front of the exhaust cutout is because I'm doing an exhaust cutout for the opposite reason that most people do. So most people have the exhaust cutout to go louder. I'm actually having it to go quieter. But that won't be for a while, so what I plan to do eventually is I want to run essentially a stock exhaust coming off this. So off the loud side, or what used to be the loud side, will be another resonator to a normal like stock muffler. So pretty much the idea of that is, since I carry around people a lot in my car, I want to make it so it could be quiet, because I'm talking, I carry around people who aren't car guys, who aren't going to appreciate the noise, and they're going to want something a little more comfortable for them. And plus, if I want to have a conversation sometimes when I'm droning around on the highway, it'd be great to just be able to turn it down sometimes when it doesn't really matter. So anyway, that's the idea with that. That's going to be way down the road because it's not a huge priority right now. I don't exactly have the parts. I can get them, steal them off one of the extra cars I have, but it's just not a priority and I'm not going to worry about it. But for the back here, what I'm thinking I'm going to do here is, for piping wise, is I'm going to have about a 2 or 3 inch pipe, maybe somewhere around that area, go from the flange to the flex pipe. I kind of want to bolt it straight onto here, but I'm not sure if that's a good idea. If I can, I will. If not, I won't, but we're still figuring that out. The other thing I've been playing around with is seeing if I could just bolt these 3 up all at once. Again, I need to do a little more research. I'll probably come back in between this clip and the next one to decide, or let you guys know, because if we can keep them all bolted together, it just eliminates a bunch of extra cuts, which can eliminate error for leaks and such. So anyway, that's the idea with that. There will be an extra piece that will come off here, just because since this flange is going to go right on the end here, and this is obviously right there, I'm going to put about probably a 4 to 6 inch piece of pipe straight off the end that will bolt up to this. But that's the easy part, because that's probably just going to be straight. The other thing that I may be debating is putting a bend in between here. If I do a bend, it'll be somewhere around here, but the exhaust will need to come from up here down to here, and then I'm not sure if I can go straight back or just cut it down. So anyway, I'll be right back with another old downpipe for reference. Boom, the old 7M downpipe. So this is the reference that we're kind of building slowly off of. We're not trying to copy this at all, because different engine, different exhaust setup, but this is so you guys get a picture that this flange will come onto the end here, pretty much replace this old cat one here, and then it'll come all the way up, follow the same idea, and then build up into the downpipe, because that is near the same spot the headers kind of ended off. We'll probably go about right there. If we chopped that part off, we were using the same exhaust, but we're not. So anyway, just to show you guys, there's a bend up, down back to the cat. But as you can see, if we go from the top view, there's a slight bend here, which I'm trying to make this obviously as little bends as possible. This came from 2 pipes to 1, which is kind of, it connects right around this area, which is why it has a little weird angle. But I hope you guys get the idea that we're maybe going back, bend here, bend here. So I'm trying to keep it to 2 bends at the most. That's the plan. We're really not going to know until we dive under the car and start messing around with piping and stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and shut up. This will be a little bit hard to film because the car is under there. It's going to be a little hard, but I'm just going to go ahead and set you guys up on a time lapse. You'll watch me come in and out of the car from here to the bandsaw there to marking stuff up. That's not a bandsaw, but to marking stuff up. Hopefully you guys will get an idea as soon as we get it a bit marked up, at least with the pieces. I will let you guys see what's going on. Well, that was actually really cool. The whole purpose of that was to be able to find out what pieces I needed to buy. And I really only think I just need one U-bend and then about like maybe 2 feet of piping, if even that. So if I put this flange to the flex pipe, it brings it down just enough where I need to bend. This is 45 degrees. I need like 60 degrees at max, just a little more. This pipe is exactly as long as these two back to back, like exactly. I didn't even have to cut it, which is awesome. Now I'm low-key wondering if I I kind of actually want to just do this now, but at the same time, I'm gonna have to hop back under the car and see how this looks. But the way we're looking without this is just one bend. There's gonna need to be one more tiny bend at the end, which is why if I could just get one U-joint, that'd be great. And then, or one U-mandrel bend. And then this is piping will be just fine. I'll get about another foot of stainless steel. That'll be plenty. I'm just get 2 feet just to play it safe. And we should be good. That's literally about it. So I'm gonna hop under there, see if that works, because if so, that saves us a bunch. Fun fact of the day, I thought I only had one of these little flanges. I have like 5 extras. That's an exaggeration, so I really have like 3 sitting around. But still, I only thought I had one, so that's really cool. Extra set from somewhere. Let's hop under the car, test this out, and then we're moving on to the next part of the day. Alright, we did another test, and this one, I may end up going with this one just because it's a bit shorter, which will hug it a little closer to the up pipe or whatever, which means I'll then just have to move this down here. Piping will be just about the same. Next issue we have though is once again the starter. So for some reason the starter just now doesn't want to start. I can get maybe one click and then it doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go run down to the store and grab another relay and then make a new relay for the starter, because what I think is happening is I think it's just not getting enough power to crank over. I'm already using a 660 or 680 cold cranking amp battery, which is really strong. Usually you're running around 400 or 500, so it's a strong battery and it's still not working. So I'm just going to do the starter relay mod, because what that does is, so right now since the signal is coming through the key fob there, it has to run through a bunch of wires already, so I'm pretty much the starter will make it so it runs straight from the battery through the relay and then straight to the starter signal. So I'm going to go ahead and run down to the store, grab a relay, some more spade connectors, and then we're going to come back and dive into that.
The final score, I'll leave it up to you. You wanna
What's up, my brothers from another mother but the same father? Comment down below if you got that joke. Anyway, today's plan is miscellaneous. So I have a bunch of things to check off the list of what needs to be finished for the car. A bunch of little things, since I'm waiting on a couple parts to tackle some of the bigger things, I guess. And plus we're now getting to the point where it's nitpicking anyway. So some of the stuff that needs to be done is just like the radiator hose. One of the boots came off the steering rack that I need to replace, or just cracked because it's 32 years old. If you do notice, thank you to Carlos for buttoning a lot of these up. The blow-off valve is plumbed all the way in the back, it's out of the way. Power steering is nice and tidy along the underside of the radiator. As for mounts, I had to just zip tie it in for now. I couldn't figure out a better mount for the moment, and that's going to hold it, and it'll work just fine, especially during these testing stages. So I guess the plan for today is I was just planning to just have a work day. I'm going to set you guys up in a time lapse. You're just going to follow along, and I'm just going to try to knock things out. I've got a full pot of coffee inside of me. I've got stuff to listen and play and keep me entertained, and just a bunch of things to knock out. So I don't know what else to say. I'm just going to go ahead and set you guys up, and let's just get rolling on a very productive day. Alright, so here we're finishing up the video, and I just want to let you guys, or I want to hear your thoughts on what you thought of the new style of video. I'm a big fan of just like putting my head down and working and kind of just knocking things out. So style of video is something that I enjoy, where I can just say, hey guys, we're gonna work, and then just set up the camera and you guys just time-lapse the day and you guys just follow along like that. Let me know what you think though, whether you want more talking or less talking, because personally, I guess the two channels that I kind of like build around, or that I like, are like used for built and then also built, just the way that it's just working and less talking is kind of my style. And then once like THROTL and TJ Hunt and Mighty Car Mods, like they're great, but it's like, I'm gonna take back Mighty Car Mods off that list because you can't add those on the list. But like they're great ones, they're good, nice to watch every now and then, but it's like day in, day out, that's just not my style. So let me know what you guys think. I do want to hear your thoughts. I know a lot of you will say, hey, it's your channel, you do whatever you want, but you guys are the ones watching the channel. You guys are the ones who are giving me the support, so I want to make something that you guys will enjoy as well. So let me know down below what you guys think, and don't forget, do the usual, dislike and subscribe, and leave your hate in the comments, guys. Bye!